ये लोग मिलकर अब उस सनातन को खंड खंड करना चाहते। देश के कोने कोने में हर सनातनी को सतर्क रहने की जरूरत है।
Sanatana did not unite India. Everybody here, wow, Sanatana only divided Indians, Hindus. That he should understand.
सनातन धर्म पर किसी को भी टिप्पणी करने का अधिकार बिल्कुल नहीं है। सभी धर्मों का हमें सम्मान करना चाहिए।
Let him explain. This is Sanatan, on which the BJP stands, or RSS stands, or Prime Minister stands on these principles. He has not explained.
So, the left wants the Prime Minister to explain what is Sanatana Dharma. The AAP says nobody should question Sanatana Dharma. The Samajwadi Party says don't question Sanatana Dharma. Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray Sena says don't question Sanatana Dharma. Then you have the JDU, which also says don't question Sanatana Dharma. But there are others who are saying question Sanatana Dharma, especially BJP's brand of Sanatana Dharma. DMK says all of Sanatana Dharma is the problem, that's what's divided Hindu society or India. All these aspects have said, has it actually backfired, ladies and gentlemen, for these erudite people in public life who should have so much of knowledge to have totally no clue or have gone all over town and all over what actually is Sanatana Dharma. We're waiting for Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, to join us. Pawan Verma, author, also to join us in a bit. But first, I'm going to go across, as I say, namaste, to Swami Dipankar also, who's joining us this evening. Swami Dipankar, namaste. You're not just a doctor or you've studied science, but you're also into spiritualism. So let me first ask you, you are on ground telling people that you should always remain with Sanatan, don't leave Sanatan. On the other hand, there are people who are saying, forget about Sanatan, we need to eradicate Sanatan. So please explain what is Sanatan Dharma.
सनातन वो आनंद भाई जो सत्य है, सनातन वो जो शाश्वत है, सनातन वो जो अनंत है, सनातन वो जो भगवंत है, ईश्वर सत्य जगत मिथ्या, सनातन ईश्वर और परमात्मा को दोनों को ही एक मानते हुए आगे बढ़ता है और दोनों को ही ग्रो करने के लिए प्रेरित करता है। सनातन वो जिसे जिया जाता है, किया नहीं जाता, किया प्रपंच जाता है, जो वर्तमान हम लोग देख रहे हैं। मगर मैं मुझे दुख है इस बात का कि जिस प्रकार की परिस्थितियां सनातन के साथ घटित हो रही हैं, मुझे प्रतीत होता है कि 295 दिन की यात्रा का मेरे आधार मुझे स्वयं समझ में आने लगा है कि जो सोचकर चल रहा था वो वर्तमान दिख रहा है। कितना सस्ता हो गया जमीर कि अब बाजार में बिक रहा है। मुझे दुख होता है इस बात का कि इतने बड़े गठबंधन में कोई एक व्यक्ति गलत को गलत कहने को तैयार नहीं है। एक व्यक्ति, यहां से सूर्य की दूरी कितनी है सूरज की आनंद भाई? 15 लाख कुछ मीटर हो गए। अगर सूरज मतलब उसके डायमीटर से 15 लाख को अगर आप देखते हैं या डाइवर्ट करते हैं तो निकल कर आता है 108। चंद्रमा की दूरी को तय करते हैं और उसका गणित निकालते हैं तो डायमीटर से डाइवर्ट कर आता है 108। सूर्य आत्मा का और चंद्रमा मन का प्रतीक, और दोनों को संजोने के लिए माला का मन का होता है 108। मैं समझता हूं कि वक्त के शिकंजे से कौन बचा यहां है, ये मिट्टी बताएगी कि सिकंदर कहां है। ये बड़े बड़ों को लील गई, ये भारत की मिट्टी है, इसे माथे पर लगाओ तो लोग मस्तिष्क पर बिठा लेते हैं। जब आप सनातन के विरोध में खड़े होते हैं तो उसी सनातन से आप 24 में वोट मांगने जाएंगे, उसी सनातन की आप उन्मूलन की बात करते हैं, उसी सनातन को आप एचआईवी से तुलना करते हैं, उसी की डेंगू, मलेरिया और रामचरितमानस पर ना जाने क्या क्या बोलते हैं। क्या कहिएगा सनातन के लोगों से, 80-90 करोड़ लोगों से कि आप मुझे वोट दीजिए, मैं आपका उन्मूलन करूंगा। डेथ विल किल यू लेटर बट योर इग्नोरेंस विल किल यू मच बिफोर इट दादा। और मैं आपके चैनल के माध्यम से समूचे विपक्ष से कहना चाहता हूं, परमात्मा के लिए गलत को गलत कहिए सर।
सर वो तो कह
दुनिया
रहे हैं कि
आपको सुनना चाहती है।
Point here is that they want to eradicate this concept of Paramatma itself. That's also a concept of Sanatan Dharma. Anyway, I'm just going to come out and say your Sanatan versus my Sanatan. This is how they are trying to bring down the the argument to Sanju Verma. So, what is BJP's brand of Sanatan then? That's what the left wants to understand.
आनंद जी, पहले तो स्वामी दीपांकर, ही इज अ स्कॉलर, और उनके सामने सनातन पर भाषण देना मेरा तो बनता नहीं है. ही इज वेरी नॉलेजेबल, बट आई ऑल्सो हैव टू टेल यू, आई रेड योर एक्सीलेंट आर्टिकल ऑन सनातन धर्मा ऑन योर CNN News 18 वेबसाइट एंड आई हैड सो मच टू लर्न. पर अपनी बात शुरू करने से पहले पॉलिटिकल डिबेट तो है, ये हो ही गई है, और जब आप बीजेपी के राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता को लेकर आए, मतलब ये पॉलिटिकल डिबेट होगी जरूर. I just have a few lines which I want to say. These are not my lines. This is something which was tweeted by a handle called Deshbhakt on Sanatan Dharma, and I found it very riveting. मैं पूजा के फूल में हूँ, मैं शिव के मूल में हूँ, मैं गंगा की लहरों में हूँ, मैं भव्य राम मंदिर में हूँ, मैं शोभा यात्रा में भी हूँ, मैं आध्यात्मिक स्वतंत्रता में हूँ, मैं अतीत के कण कण में हूँ, मैं वर्तमान के हर प्रण में हूँ, मैं सर्वधर्म संभाव में हूँ, मैं आदि भी और मैं अंत हूँ, मैं सनातन हूँ. I think this was so beautifully worded, but I just have this to say. Beyond the fact that Sanatan Dharma found its genesis in Bhagavad Gita, which means knowledge of the souls and something which is eternal, indivisible, that is all fine. But मुझे लगता है this entire debate on Sanatan Dharma, the reason it has rattled the opposition camp, and you will find out in just 10 seconds, I have some interesting statistics to tell you. This is the reason why the opposition, ये जो बोलती है कि बीजेपी डर गई, बीजेपी नहीं डरी, ना नरेंद्र मोदी डरे हैं, ना अमित शाह डरे हैं, ना जेपी नड्डा डरे हैं, ना संजू वर्मा ही डरी है. डरा यदि कोई है तो वो है राहुल गांधी, जो अपने आप को एक तरफ तो दत्तात्रेय कौल ब्राह्मण कहते हैं, एंड दूसरी तरफ he has failed to even condemn Udhayanidhi Stalin's gibberish against Sanatan Dharma. You show me one leader. What did Uddhav Thackeray say? His father was called Hindu Hriday Samrat Bala Saheb Thackeray. Udhayanidhi Stalin के remarks पर Uddhav Thackeray said, Udhayanidhi Stalin has clarified, we are happy. क्या clarification थी? Udhayanidhi Stalin actually brazened it out and said, given a chance, I will repeat what I said. But let me just tell you this. In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, and it will take me only 10 seconds to tell your audience why the Sanatanis, ये धर्म और अधर्म के बीच की इस बार 2024 में जंग होगी. It is not BJP versus I ... The Hindu vote share of BJP in 2019 went up from 36 to 44%, and within that bigger umbrella, the vote share of OBCs for the BJP rose from 34% to 44%. For Dalits, our vote share went up. Our Dalit vote share went up from 24% to 34%. Our Adivasi vote share went up from 37% to 44%. And our Brahmin vote share went up from 47% to 52%. कहने का तात्पर्य ये है that the biggest rise in vote share in Lok Sabha 2019, which the BJP under the aegis of Narendra Modi witnessed, was in the OBC segment and in the Dalit segment. Especially Dalit segment, a rise from 24 to 34% is something which is commendable by any yardstick. And it is this that has rattled the opposition, and hence you see the likes of Udhayanidhi Stalin, who himself is a converted crypto-Christian, saying we are not against Sanatan Dharma when he found himself with his back against the wall, but we are against the caste hierarchy. तो मैं वही कहूंगी जो मैंने आपकी डिबेट में पिछले हफ्ते कहा था to Mr. A. Raja first, more than Udhayanidhi Stalin, because A. Raja is a far more senior leader. Mr. Raja, you have been contesting 3 Lok Sabha elections, 2009, 2014, 2019, from the Nilgiri seat, which is a reserved seat for scheduled castes as in Dalits. If you really believe in a casteless society, if you really believe that a caste hierarchy should be eradicated, then I would request that have the audacity, have the courage to not contest 2024 from Nilgiris, which is a seat reserved for Dalits and not for crypto-Christians who technically do not come under the definition of scheduled caste.
No, not just that. The fact is, they say that because of caste we left Sanatan Pratha, but it's because it's with caste that they are contesting elections. So for the whole argument then seems lopsided. Pawan Verma ji, namaste, Jai Hind sir, thank you for your time. Please tell me, sir, has this whole Sanatan Dharma attack, is it not going to backfire in this committee of 26 parties?
You see, let me sum up my views.
Ji.
First of all, I unequivocally condemn the language used by Udhayanidhi Stalin to compare a great religion like Sanatana Dharma to mosquitoes, dengue, corona, etc., and even worse, HIV, is in my view totally unacceptable and outrageous. What I can put in perspective is that Tamil Nadu as a state has 89% Hindus, of which 70% are OBCs, 20% are Dalits, and 1% are scheduled tribes. That equals 91%. I'm a very proud Hindu. I have my book, The Great Hindu Civilization,
Yes.
and Adi Shankaracharya, and many more. But let us accept one thing. The entire political movement in Tamil Nadu, evolution of it began in 1925 with Periyar,
Yes.
who founded the Self-Respect Party. It's not that they were not Hindus, but he founded the Self-Respect Party, which later merged to become the Justice Party, from which the Dravida Kazhagam was born, and which then later bifurcated into DMK and Anna DMK.
Yeah.
And that movement was against religious social evils, including exploitation and oppression, and the hold of the Brahmanical class on this institutional inequity. When we say Sanatan, we say it is Sanatan, and I have written at length on this, because of the profundity of its thought, its cosmic insight, its conquering eclecticism, its maulic soch, power of original thought. But what is not Sanatan in Sanatana Dharma are some of the social evils which greatly need reform. And by the way, Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekanand, Jyotiba Phule, etc., we know. You'll be surprised who wrote the most, perhaps, and passionately for social reform within Hinduism. And that was Veer Savarkar. Veer Savarkar has called 7 fetters of Hinduism,
Yes.
which he is critical, emphatically critical about. Vedokta Bandi, where Vedas are only for the upper caste. Vyavasai Bandi, where you can't take up any profession of your choice. Beti Bandi, where there is no intercaste marriage. Roti Bandi, where there can be no intercaste dining. Sparsh Bandi, the practice of untouchability. And he has written extensively on
Correct.
this. So I think when we posit in one words the BJP as a spokesperson party for Sanatana Dharma, which I support, on the other hand, it must accept that Hinduism by its very nature allows for critique, not in the language of Udhayanidhi Stalin. The Charvak school of Hinduism called the Vedas a bunch of lies. It was a materialist school, and yet it is a part of Hinduism. Therefore, to suddenly say that we have a monopoly on Sanatana Dharma, and 89% of people in Tamil Nadu who are Hindus and have repeatedly voted for the DMK or the Anna DMK, which have followed the Periyar line of being anti-religion in terms of its social evils which it has perpetuated for millennia.
Right.
I think there is a difference.
But Pawan Verma ji, before Sanju Verma responds or we go to, let me ask you this. You talked about discrimination and social reform. Name the one particular way of life that's been codified in Bharat, Hinduism. Name the one religion, one way of life whose religious institutions are totally monitored by the state. It is again Sanatan Pratha, Hinduism. Name the one religion in whom most of the kuritis which you have talked about have actually been dealt away with. It is again Sanatan Pratha. Please tell me, sir, where has ever Sanatan Pratha been close to reform? On the other hand, sir, all the Abrahamic faiths have a free run. The Waqf has most amount of land after the government and the army, the armed forces in our country. The Waqf claims ownership of 70% of Delhi land on which our parliament is also standing. That's the level to which we have allowed the freedom. Nobody is calling for reform here, sir. And the problem, sir, is that tall leaders,
let me respond to
sir,
you.
within this,
Anand,
sir, coming to you, sir. Tall leaders within the opposition have not called out or schooled Udhayanidhi Stalin. Just like you took a position, they have not schooled the DMK or Udhayanidhi Stalin for insulting Sanatan Pratha rather than calling for reform. Sir, 42% of the Christians in Tamil Nadu today are called Dalit Christians. Dalits are not allowed in the same church as some of the other sects in Christianity.
Exactly.
More separate church. So that's discrimination. So call out discrimination, please do. But not say eradicate Sanatan Dharma. Andimuthu Raja is a baptized Christian. Does he have any right as per the tenets of our constitution to abuse a dharma he does not follow? Please tell me, sir. You are far more knowledgeable than I am.
You have raised the right questions. In fact, I have written at length, and even my writing has been endorsed by no less than Dattatreya Hospitaji himself, who read, as he said, my book, The Great Hindu Civilization, Akshara, word by word. I agree that there are many reasons for Hindu backlash. And I agree that one of them was minority appeasement. But I also accept that the pendulum swung to the other side, where Hindu majoritarianism appears to be a policy, is not right. But that's a separate question. I agree that we have a great religion, a great philosophy, and it needs social reform. As far as you're comparing Hinduism to the Abrahamic faiths, for which also I have great respect in many aspects, let me say, Hinduism cannot remain Hinduism by emulating or becoming a mirror image of those religions, because in essence it is not.
No, sir.
And therefore, I condemn what Mr. Raja said. I condemn it. I condemn Udhayanidhi Stalin, and I cannot speak for the other India Alliance partners why they have not done it.
Correct.
I am in no political party.
No, I understand.
But I am trying to understand the context in which.
No, but Pawan Verma, whatever be the context,
repeatedly 89%
Pawan Verma,
Hindus.
whatever be the context, will any of these leaders say there is discrimination in any of the other faiths or non-Sanatan faiths, and that's why they need to be eradicated? They will not even come out and openly say there is discrimination. Sir, that's the level to which they are thinking that they can go ahead and abuse Sanatan, so much so the Supreme Court will reject an urgent hearing of an attempt to try and tell students to come out and have a discussion on why Sanatan needs to be done away with. Now, that's the level to which we are saying our tolerance is being abused. Am I fair or unfair in this, Swami Dipankar? And final word to Sanju Verma after that. Yeah.
छोटी सी बात कहना चाहता था.
जी.
मैं एक छोटी सी बात कहना चाहता था. आज सुबह में थोड़ी सी स्टडी कर रहे थे तो नील्स बोर को पढ़े. बोले कि जब उलझता था क्वांटम की थ्योरी को देने वाले, और बहुत उनको स्टडी भी किए, वो स्वयं में भी एक दार्शनिक थे, तो बोले कि कभी जब कंफ्यूज होता था तो बोले मैं उपनिषद की तरफ जाता था. मैं कभी कभी सोचता हूं, और वो उपनिषद जिसमें सनातन की महिमा के अनंत बखान है, सनातन का अनंत बार जिक्र है. एक छोटी सी बात सुनता हूं कि हम लोग आज रामचरितमानस को भी लेकर लोगों के वक्तव्य को सुना
जी.
रावण बहुत विद्वान भी था, बुद्धिमान भी था, ताकतवर भी था, बल में भी और पैसे में भी, धन में भी. राम के पास एक सबसे महत्वपूर्ण चीज थी, और वो क्या? चरित्र. इसीलिए लिखा गया रामचरितमानस. और उस रामचरितमानस की तुलना साइनाइड से कर दिया जाता है. जीने वाली पद्धति को धोखा कह दिया जाता है हिंदू शब्द को. एक बात बहुत बहुत क्लियर है, बहुत स्पष्ट है, जो समझ में आती है. मैं चुनौती से कहता हूं कि कोई एक धर्म ग्रंथ दिखाइए जिसमें जाति का जिक्र हो, कास्ट का जिक्र हो। और रोचक यह है आनंद भाई कि कास्ट शब्द भी भारत का नहीं है, पुर्तगीज भाषा से लिया गया है। मतलब अ लिटिल नॉलेज इज अ वेरी डेंजरस थिंग सर।
या
कुछ भी बोल करके चले जाएंगे, कुछ भी बोलकर।
नहीं नहीं सर, ऐसा नहीं है। देयर आर पीपल,
एक छोटी सी बात कहकर
जी बोलिए।
एक छोटी सी बात कहना चाहता हूं दादा कि वक्त तय करेगा कैसा किसका कर्म होगा। वक्त तय करेगा कैसा किसका कर्म होगा। इस बार का रण धर्म वर्सेस अधर्म होगा, यह तय है दादा। आप रहिए मौन।
आप आध्यात्मिक होकर पॉलिटिकल और फिल्मी पंच लाइन भी मार रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं, और वो भी उस लहजे से कह रहे हैं। बट नहीं स्वामी जी, हाथ से प्लीज एक्सक्यूज मी इफ आई हैव क्रॉस्ड द लाइन। ऐसा नहीं, मैं आपका बहुत आदर करता हूं। लेकिन संजू वर्मा जी, देयर आर समबडी who sitting abroad has said they have read the Gita, they have read many Upanishads, and they say there is nothing Hindu about the BJP's, ma'am, and that the BJP cannot do the thekedari about Hinduism, while there are people within their own alliance who are saying do away with Hinduism. So please tell me.
Anand ji, maybe you have some compulsions, but as the national spokesperson of BJP, I am not going to hold back my punches, and I just have to say this to Rahul Gandhi. ना तो आपको उपनिषद का आपने यू पढ़ा है, ना तो आपने पुराणास का पी पढ़ा है, ना तो आपने भागवत गीता का ब पढ़ा है, ना तो आपने रामायण का आर पढ़ा है, ना तो आपने वेदास का वी पढ़ा है। तो राहुल गांधी, has the habit of blabbering gibberish on foreign soil because that is something so typical, ingrained in his DNA. But going beyond Rahul Gandhi, I want to ask Rahul Gandhi's close ally, the DMK. The entire narrative now is being spun by be it A. Raja or an Udhayanidhi Stalin or even a Priyanka Khadge. The moment they found their back to the wall, they said, oh, we were not actually talking about eradicating Sanatana Dharma. We were talking about eradicating the caste hierarchy in Hinduism. We were talking about a casteless society. So I want to ask A. Raja, a baptized Christian. I want to ask Udhayanidhi Stalin, a crypto-Christian. I want to ask M.K. Stalin, a crypto-Christian.
Have to wind up.
I want to ask them just one thing, and I will end in 20 seconds.
10, ma'am, I'm already over. Yeah, sorry.
Within the Christian community, you have the Pentecostal church, the Baptist church, the Congregational church, the Presbyterian church, the Eastern Orthodox church, the Roman Catholic church, the Church of England, the Brethren church.
I have to. So that is something that nobody talks about and nobody wants to talk about. I have to wind up on that note. Thank you very much to all our panelists, winding up the right stand on, and it's time for Brass Tacks with Zaka.